The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
The kickoff is down for a touchdown.
All right, here we go. Kings.
Be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Jack 16.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his first pass is incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
All right, let's go.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
Here we go. Snickers, 66.
That's right. Ain't no such thing as a loser taking wins home.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Set. Block 80. Big.
41's the money.
Hey.
Check 41.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 46 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
What's the run? They're running.
Ben to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's going to return it to us repeatedly earlier in the In our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Gun! Alert! 3 down! All right, now, lucky 56!
Jackson now. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Yeah.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Lucky 56! Watch him now, Barney!
No. Like players.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Gotta go.
I can't believe this.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Let's go one more.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
57's the mic. 57's.
You good? You coming across?
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Before Baltimore takes their first snap on this next drive, just looking at their schedule coming up, at Atlanta, then at Kansas City. So if you're thinking about their playoff chances, they're 6-5 right now. It's going to be a tough schedule up ahead.
It certainly is because they're at Atlanta, Kansas City, right? So here's the deal. Everyone knows Atlanta's probably out of the playoff chase, but that is a prideful organization, and they will play very well, and you'll have a lot to deal with on the road in Atlanta. And then at Kansas City, Kansas City's got to keep winning to try and stay ahead of the Chargers in the race in the AFC West. So there should be no letdown there. So you're exactly right. Tough games coming up, but with their defense, and I would expect Lamar Jackson to continue as their quarterback, they're going to like their chances.
Yeah, and worth noting that if the season ended today, Baltimore would have the number 6 seed. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football.
Over.
Tighten up.
Gun.
Mike 51.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Leopard.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Gun.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Watch him now, Barney.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Go.
Check 43.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Go.
48 to Mike.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Pick 6 all day. Big pick, baby. I got you. 51 to Mike. 51.
Here's a first down run with Collins. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, Collins. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Let's get it.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
3 down, 3 down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Right hands on the Ringo. Hey, hey, hey. Gun!
From the gun, Jackson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that incompletion, let's look forward to the rest of the NFL season. You know, a lot of people say the season doesn't really get exciting till after Thanksgiving. Well, what are you looking forward to in the month of December?
I do like that expression because each sport has its own, doesn't it? Teams that are in first place July 4th in baseball, that's who's going to...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Zadarius Smith able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. On second down, Roethlisberger. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
51's Mike. Mike's 50.
Watch him now, Barney.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Now Jackson on second down. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit!
Motion.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Crabtree for the completion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Detroit! Detroit!
Play action. Now Jackson dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Switzer now to return. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt.
Number 10, the deep return man.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yards.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 5. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Watch twist. Good job, guys. Twist. Mike 41. Mike 41. All right, let's go. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Open man is Switzer complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
It's our time. Double. Good job, guys. Snickers.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Double bump. Here we go. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we're going to mic the 48, right? You good? He coming across?
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. Switching gears for a second to look at the NFL slate. You know, the bye weeks are now over, Charles. And if you had to pinpoint a couple of teams that are surprising you right now with where they're at, who would that be?
Well, I didn't think Washington would be in first place this late in the year, and they're still hanging in there. But 2 teams that really jump out at me. How about the run the Indianapolis Colts are on right now? And how well Andrew Luck is playing the quarterback position. We don't talk about that enough. They could very well win the AFC South with the play they're playing right now. And how about the Denver Broncos? That was a gutsy win at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are still hanging in there, still hopeful for a wild card spot.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey, we got 3 down.
Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Jackson. It's caught left side by John Brown. He's at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 70 yards, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the second time in a 3-game span. And then the Cowboys against Washington. I thought that was a terrific game, and Dallas got a much-needed win.
Yeah, Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're sitting atop the NFC East.
Yeah, they're tied with Washington, and they split their season series. So a lot of football left to be played in that division. And, of course, we finished it all up. Atlanta at New Orleans. And how strong and how hot are the Saints?
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Terrell Suggs in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Terrell Suggs able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Detroit! Detroit!
Coming. I'm coming.
Check.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Javon Hargrave. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. He finds an opening past the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
All right, now, look at this.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Leopard!
Jackson on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check three. Hatchet.
On second down, Montgomery. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
You good? He coming across?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that. And now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
And that's caught inside the 30. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take... EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game.
Number 17, ready to return.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Get up. 11.
Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wait.
They'll toss it to Coleman.
Hey, I need one over here. I need one over here.
There he goes inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Let's go. Let's go. Left.
Watch out, watch out.
Get up. Gun. Go.
Coleman now. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away.
Number 10, the deep return man. Kickoff down to 4 touchdown.
And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jack 16.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete to open things up.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Atlanta Falcons, Charles, with that loss last week against New Orleans, they're now knocked out of the division race. It would have been a long, tough road regardless. But with all the injuries they've had on defense, and we've discussed this, it was going to be a tough stretch for them anyway.
It certainly was, and they didn't help their cause in the game because despite those injuries, despite the fact key players weren't on the field, they still moved the ball pretty darn well. They ended up losing 3 fumbles inside the Saints' 20, 4 turnovers overall. That's what cost you a chance to win a ball game, because they played them pretty tough, just hurt themselves when they had an opportunity to get the ball in the end zone.
And Matt Ryan, their leading rusher, with only 16 yards. The team had 26 rushing yards combined.
Say that one more time. Who was the leading rusher?
Matt Ryan.
That tells you all you need to know about that game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, wait. Go! Get on, Hunt!
This is Coleman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mike 51.
On second down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Wait! Hey, Sub!
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final.
Hey, let's go!
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got
Go!
3 down.
12!
On second down, Freeman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Wait!
Safe.
Gun. 11!
36.
11! Hey!
On third down, Ryan. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Jack 16!
Mike's 5-4.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score.
Exhibition.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I got you.
Set. White 80.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Monday.
Let's go, D.
Hey.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's coming back.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
AB.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Throw left side complete. It's Connor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on Monday.
Ben to throw again. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Come on now. Defense. Focus. Jack 16. Let's get it.
Side. Black 80.
It's gonna be a long day.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Feels left. Let's go.
Set. Blue 30.
50.
Snickers. You got to spin.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Roethlisberger, and this one is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Double. Quarter. Hey.
50, Mike 50.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Watch in. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Z. So. 51's the mic.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That's it, baby. That's it. Z. 51, Mike 51. So. Check.
Mahomes now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first.
51's the mic. Left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. 51's the mic. Silver.
Check.
So. 51's mic. Slow, slow, slow.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Ace, ace.
Watch the slant.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Dumps that off to Ware. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 51. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get
Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z.
Mahomes now on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Z, Z, Z. Z, 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 Z. Slow, slow, slow.
screen. Watch the screen. Take it, take it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again. Watch right, watch right.
Let's put him on the
Here we go now. Blue 45, blue 45.
alert flow, alert flow.
Slow, slow, slow. Z, 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 Z.
51.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Check. Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's get it.
Z, 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 Z.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and that'll bring up second down.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Green 39. Green 39.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Chris Conley, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Kansas City is lined up for the kickoff.
Butker now to kick this one away. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
AB. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45. Slow. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That is caught inside the 5. 23 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go. Blue 40.
Now Mahomes. That's caught at the 3. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams from a yard out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Butker now to kick this one away. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Kings. Monday. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh?
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for them, and this one is a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Anthony Hitchens coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Check pass.
On 1st down, Mahomes. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Kansas City will be kicking off. Number 10, waiting to return.
Butker now to kick this one away. And now out come the Steelers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Gain of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Show that bench release and go.
Monday.
Alert. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Slam, slam.
Bow.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I don't think you got it, son.
Go! Show that bench release and go.
Turn it up. Kill.
On second down, Roethlisberger. That is caught inside the 5.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
50, Mike 50.
Now it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down? We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 10, back to return.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Left. Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Z.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
So. Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45. So. Mike 51. Mike 51. So.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He'll leave this for Ware. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
So. Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Here we go, D. Here I come. Hey, watch the edge. So. Motion. 51's a Mike. 51's
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. So.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Caught here by Conley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Z. So.
And again, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive.
Slam.
Motion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. So.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down.
Take four.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
You gotta spin.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Snickers, 66. Monday. Mike's 50.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Focus. Snickers, 66. Set. Blue 30.
Mike 50.
Snickers.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you, he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
51's the mic, boys. 51. Here we go, G. Hey, switch, switch, switch.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. So. Too little, cupcake. Go. 51's the mic. Z. I'm trying to cut.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Dumps that off to Ware. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
It's just me and you. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Wild Bill. So. Motion, pump. Z. So. Z.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Being chased out left. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Right here, guys. Left. All day, just like that.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Mahomes to the former Ram, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first.
Left. Shift. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. So. Mike 51.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, we got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Left. Check. Fresno.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
51.
Slow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Watch the screen.
Snickers.
50's the mic.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Three down. Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is caught off the deflection. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39. Z.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 48 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Tight right. Here we go.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Kansas City is lined up for the kickoff. Number 10.
Butker now to kick this one away. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmaker. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Chris Jones in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Eyes on 10. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Z, 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 Z.
I smell fear in that offense.
Watch the motion. Z, 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 Z.
Mahomes going to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Ace, Ace. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Mike's 50, Mike's world.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit.
Just yet. If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Now Roethlisberger throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Here we go.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Let's go.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And down inside the 15 he goes. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Left.
They run it again with Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On third down, here's Williams. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Good job, guys. Kings.
Hey, no, look, we got
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Kings.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short.
Go.
Mike's 50.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Again, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Jesse James. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They run again with Ware. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Number 61, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 40.
They run it here. Ware. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling